Hey, welcome to the Intermission podcast. I'm Fabian, this is Isaiah. We're a Dallas sports podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Dallas and Stars and their playoff matches a little bit, mostly with the Mavs. As the Stars have a little bit more time till the playoffs. And I'm going to be talking about the Stars' recent run of form and talk about the Rangers a little bit, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to start with the Mavs. Isaiah's going to tell us about our play-in tournament and our playoff chances. So we're going to switch to that.
All right, let's talk about the Mavs.
Let's do it.
As we know, the Mavericks clinched the play-in spot. However, it's a 10th seed.
Mhm.
And with the 10th seed comes no home court advantage. And I think that's worth mentioning because on this next slide, we can see their home and away record. Their away record is 17-24. So something to think about while they're going against Sacramento. Really, their stats really aren't the same except for the opponent's points per game. When the Mavericks are away, they allow 118.9 points, and the Mavericks just need to play good defense.
Right.
And they do play good defense. They keep the game kind of close, but toward the end of the game, they just lose it. Especially like the Laker game, you saw it.
Yeah.
But for those who didn't see it, Mavericks took the lead by 1 point, I think halfway in the fourth quarter, and then ended up losing by like 20.
Yeah. We only lost by, I think, 12.
It
But yeah.
felt like 30 points they lost by.
It did. They go on runs in the fourth quarter, and it's happened a lot.
I think something also worth mentioning, games that the Mavericks have won were decided by less than 10 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones they've been getting blown out by are 1-10. But also, Mavericks have been losing people due to injuries. So,
Right.
like, some of these games, like a third of these games, I would say, was probably because they didn't have their best players. Also, trading away your best player also doesn't help.
Right.
You can go to the next slide.
All right.
For the starting five against the Kings, it's P.J. Washington, Spencer Dinwiddie, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively.
Mhm.
I say Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Daniel Gafford will be maybe the main reason why the Mavericks will win against the Kings, because they haven't really Derek Lively and Gafford have been out against the Kings, and I think Anthony Davis played against the Kings while he was still a Laker. So, like, before his Maverick injury, so we didn't really get to see how he plays against the Kings with the Mavs.
Right.
But I think they're going to be the main reason why the Mavericks will win. Mainly,
Why do you say that?
mainly because especially with Anthony Davis, the Kings might have some power forwards that'll like probably play against AD pretty good, but I think Anthony Davis will still get his way. The Kings centers probably don't have the height to really watch Lively and Gafford. And then if the Mavericks run Davis and Lively and Gafford together, the Kings are going to need extra help to guard them, which could leave P.J. Washington open or Klay for open threes,
Right.
even though Klay hasn't been hitting that much.
No, he hasn't.
But P.J. Washington surprisingly has been consistent, even when he's on and off due to his injuries. But I think his injury was like ankle sprain.
Yeah. And then Najee Marshall too. I think. I mean,
Oh yeah, Najee.
even when PJ's not on the court, they also have Marshall there.
Yeah, I still like the way Najee plays. But I still say that when the team's shooting threes and they're missing and they're still continuing to shoot threes, and you're like, why are they shooting threes? I like Najee because he'll attack the paint and he'll draw a foul. And really, I think that's what's really going to help them drawing fouls, fouling out Sacramento's best players, and just getting free throws. I should probably mention why Thompson, Christie, and Martin's names are in red.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I highlighted them red because I think they might not bring anything to the game.
Sure. If we lose,
Klay Thompson. Yeah,
lose.
if we lose, Klay Thompson might hit a few good buckets, but again, like how I see, he'll start the game off hot, and then he'll just lose it.
Right.
Max Christie, he started off pretty good, and then hasn't been that great as of recently. And Caleb Martin, I haven't seen anything really notable from him. Maybe except for like a couple good assists, some rebounds maybe. But from adding to scoring, I thought he would do a lot better than that.
Why is Dinwiddie in yellow? What's that mean?
Good question. No, I think he's just neutral. Dinwiddie, he can be pretty good, but he can also be really bad. I mean, just like anybody else, but I think with Dinwiddie, you can really see it. You can really tell when Dinwiddie really wants to make something happen in the game, and he tries to force something that's just not there, and then he'll turn it over. I think that's really something we should, that'll be something to watch too, if Dinwiddie really thinks that they need to play hero ball or something. But also because the Mavericks don't really have a true point guard ever since they lost Kyrie. They've been really feeding it to Davis, which is what I kind of like, but I kind of don't, because Davis isn't the point guard. He can do so much. He can only do so much with the ball in his hand.
Right.
Brandon Williams is gonna be part of the postseason too.
Yeah, we just signed him.
Great sign.
To an actual contract.
That was a good move. I like Brandon Williams. But yeah, just to sum it up, Davis, Lively, Gafford might be the reason why we win this game or win that game. I think April 15th?
Yeah, or 16th.
Or 16th. Yeah, you can go to the next slide.
Okay.
The Kings starting five could be DeMar DeRozan, Keon Ellis, Zach LaVine, Keegan Murray, and Domantas Sabonis. Really, the only thing I really got to say about the Kings is that we should watch the people highlighted in red: DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Domantas, and Keegan.
So they're starters?
Yeah. Except Keon Ellis.
Sure.
But no, really, only them, because DeMar and Zach LaVine have been having their way with the Mavericks. You can see it on the next slide. I think it's the next slide.
Sure.
Yeah. DeMar DeRozan against the Mavs, he averaged 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Zach LaVine, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But you can really see with the points, they've been having their way with the Mavs.
Right.
And then even right here, they won the series against the Mavs 3-0. But again, because of injuries, they really had their way.
Right.
And Keegan Murray actually surprisingly didn't get that many points. Domantas either, but his rebounds, DeMontis' rebounds
Mm-hmm.
is something that the Mavericks really got to watch out for.
Yeah,
They can't let DeMontis or Keegan Murray get rebounds. And that's why I also think Gafford and Lively are probably going to make a difference around there with the height advantages that they would have. You can go to the next slide.
All right.
Now the Mavs against Sacramento. Najee and Clay only played 2 games this series, and in those 2 games, Najee averaged 13 points and 5 rebounds and assists, 5.5. Clay Thompson only averaged 11 points, 2.5 rebounds, and half an assist.
Yeah.
Max Christie and Spencer Dinwiddie, however, played all 3 against Sacramento. I think Max Christie only played 1 game against them as a Laker, I think, if I recall. Dinwiddie played all 3 against them. And really, all I can say is hoping for a change whenever you see Davis and Lively on the court together, or Davis and Gafford. I know we didn't put Malik Monk on there. That's because he has an injury, and he's probably still going to be injured by the time they play their game.
Yeah, I think he's out for a projected 2 weeks. So, I mean...
Yeah, and that's pretty good, too, for the Mavs because Malik Monk is actually a pretty good basketball player. Would you say he was, like, last season's 6th man of the year or 2 seasons ago or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really all we can say. Yeah, we don't have to pay attention to the 7th and 8th seed.
Yeah,
The
the seedings are still changing a bit.
Yeah, some games tonight. If the Grizzlies against the Nuggets, right tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they win, whoever wins might be the 7th seed maybe. But I think the Mavericks are going to be the winner of the 9th and 10th seed. If Davis, Gafford, and Lively do make that difference.
Right.
And if they don't, it's going to be because Sacramento just makes more threes than the Mavericks.
Sure.
Because the Mavericks,
what's our perimeter defense like? If you think we got it locked down in the paint, how's our perimeter defense?
It's actually pretty good. Najee and PJ are pretty good defenders. The only thing I would worry about is Klay Thompson.
Sure.
Because, with ACL and Achilles injuries, he's not that fast anymore. He was a great defender pre-injury, but after his injuries, he hasn't been that good defensively. But I mean, Max Christie's also been a pretty good defender too. We don't really see it that much, but you can tell Christie's been a pretty good defender.
Right.
But that's really what I think. Mavericks win. It's gonna be because of our centers and the help of Davis.
Right.
Mavericks lose. Gonna be because Sacramento made more threes than the Mavs.
Wait, if we win, obviously we have like the option of 5 teams that we could possibly play.
Yeah, true.
In the last play-in game.
Yeah.
But how do you like our odds against any other team besides the Kings?
I feel like against the Grizzlies, like if that stays 7 and 8, Grizzlies and Timberwolves, I think I like the Mavericks' chances of beating the Grizzlies.
Okay. So
mainly because in that game, I know we're not really talking about the Grizzlies right now, but if the Mavericks do win against Sacramento and they go to the Grizzlies, I think it'll be the same thing. They win with the use of their centers. Zach Edey, he's pretty good on the Grizzlies, but he's not I mean, you can tell he's a rookie,
Sure.
and I still think the same thing too.
So, like, out of, I think, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Warriors, Nuggets, and maybe Clippers are possible chance matchups.
Yeah, their records are pretty close.
Yeah. Even though I think the Clippers have the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they're an
Oh
option.
yeah, I did see that if due to tiebreakers, the Nuggets could be a potential playing team.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I kind of wouldn't like the matchup against the Nuggets.
Hmm.
But as of recently, the Nuggets firing their coach and all that too,
Yeah.
I think they could win that game just by being outcoached.
Sure.
And the Clippers, if the Clippers get that playing seed,
We're
which,
screwed.
yeah,
Yeah, we just got demolished by that. But I think they're the least likely to get it. I could be wrong, though.
yeah, yeah. I think the main ones to really watch out for these 7 and 8 seeds, and the Nuggets and Warriors maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all just depends on their next 2 games.
Sure.
I mean, obviously it will, but
Let's get to it, Isaiah. Right now, gun to your head, do you think we could win the finals?
no.
Yeah, that's bad.
I don't think they're going to win the finals. But I will be happy if they get that 8th seed against the Thunder. And I will be happy if they win at least 1 or 2 games against the Thunder.
Okay.
They're not going to win the finals.
No.
Not this year, which sucks. They made it to the finals last season.
Yeah.
They should be contenders again.
Yeah.
But I think even their injuries
Yeah, that's true.
Mavericks injuries just made it. Just didn't make it a possibility this season.
Mm. Mhm. You got anything else to add about the Mavericks while we're up here?
I mean, for the Mavericks for the play-in,
Mhm.
I mean, just happy to see Lively, Gafford, and AD play for a potential playoff spot. And I think these 2 playing games, if the Mavericks win this one, obviously, or win the first one, I think they're going to be 2 good games to watch. And if they win, probably going to be decided by 10 points or less.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't get blown out, though.
Yeah.
You got anything to add for the Mavericks?
Do I got anything to add? No, I don't think so. We'll talk about these last couple of games here in a bit.
Yeah.
But
as of for this playing spot,
no.
I feel pretty confident against the Kings.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, I definitely think we can win. It's just how we play on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to turn that away record to a winning record. They're not
Even
going
if
to,
you-
but for
yeah.
the playing. For the
Just
playing, they're going to be
we're
1-0
just gonna
on the
end up
road.
winning every away game in the playoffs.
That'd be the goal.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that should be pretty good.
All right, far out. Okay, cool.
Let's go back to the bar.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the bar. Yo, welcome back. We're back. Teleported once again. I have Isaiah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Mavs a little bit more. Talk about this last week, these last handful of games.
The recap for the Mavs.
Yeah, the reason why we're the 10th seed and not the 9th seed. Yeah,
It's because the Clippers manhandled the Mavs.
yeah, pretty damn good. Tell me about it, Isaiah. What'd you see in those games?
The Mavs getting blown out the whole game. But I was right though. Like the first game, they're gonna sit out Gafford or Lively.
Mm-hmm.
I already forgot who they sat out that game. And then the next game, they also sat out Davis.
Yeah, they did. I
Yeah.
feel like that was the big one. But
Yeah.
I felt like that was a big one. But then he didn't sit out in the next game. and the score was worse.
He still got 27 points though.
Yeah, he had a good game.
I think, but like I said during the presentation,
Mm-hmm.
no true point guard.
No true point guard.
No, they have no threat. Kyrie Irving was a threat. Now Anthony Davis is the big threat, so the teams are focused more on Anthony Davis.
Sure.
And then, Lively played. Did Gafford set up the second game?
I don't know.
I feel like
I
I
think
feel
they.
like he
I
did.
think everyone played the second game. I could be wrong, but
Looking at it right now, where is Gafford? Yeah, he did not play.
oh, okay.
Sprained right knee. I feel like that's just for
Yeah, it's
rest.
just precautionary.
Yeah. Yeah, Lively really only had 2 points, but obviously he was still on that minute restriction.
Yeah.
He'd do a lot better when he can play more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Much like how Anthony Davis came out after his injury, he played a little bit of minutes. Played a lot during the Atlanta Hawk game,
Mm-hmm.
and played way better.
Yeah.
And then really just the same. That's probably gonna be the same for Lively and Hardy. I mean, not Hardy, freaking Gafford, the Gaff.
The gaff was back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really all I have to say against the Clippers. Sad back-to-back games.
Yeah. There nothing you liked in those games? Anything you liked in those games?
I wasn't able to watch the games.
You just saw the score.
Yeah. And after seeing the score, I was like, I don't want to watch this game.
Sure. That's valid, I think.
I did see Luka's return though.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's like one of the most watched NBA games this season. It's probably there's no way it wasn't the most watched.
No, the first time Anthony Davis's, or what was supposed to be Anthony Davis's return to LA, was the most watched. Davis didn't even play.
Yeah.
Luka got emotional during the tribute video.
Yeah, he did.
And then destroyed the Mavericks.
I mean, look, the first 3 quarters was a good game.
Yeah, it was a really good game.
It's just that fourth quarter, the Mavs can't finish, and they had the excuse of, well, they got a lot of injuries, so the guys are getting tired. They only had like 8 people play a couple games, but they don't got that excuse right now with this Lakers game. They just
the only excuse they could really have is for Lively.
Right.
The announcer even said it. He even said that he was on like a 12-minute or 15-minute restriction.
Yeah.
He didn't play for like almost the whole middle part of the game, but came in for like a good chunk of the last quarter.
Yeah, just so you could try to hold him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess pretty good for minute restriction, but I mean, after starting the game, you would think Derek Lively would have been like, oh, I know how to play with these certain teammates that I'm playing with, and then get sat out for almost majority of the middle half of the game, and then comes back in the fourth quarter, he's already kind of cold.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. But I mean, yeah, Luka popped off 45 points. And AD and Max Christie, the people we got in return, didn't do amazing.
No.
Yeah, AD had a pretty quiet game, right?
Yeah, it was. The halftime stat that they showed, it was like Luka, 13 points?
He had 31.
No, 31 points.
Halftime, yeah.
And then to Anthony Davis's 4 points.
Yeah.
This really shows how the trade was going.
Yeah. Obviously, a ton of Fire Nico chants.
Oh yeah,
That
during
was
the
fun.
Maverick free throws,
Really, really loud.
I was chanting it too.
Yelling at your TV.
They heard me. They heard me from home.
But yeah, I mean, it was, Luca cried during the tribute video. That was really sad. Yeah. Yeah. Onwards and upwards.
Mavs just can't win against
Oh,
LA teams.
you know, what I do want to talk about is Jason Kidd had a pretty stupid quote before the game.
Oh, what did he say before?
About the trade. I don't know if you heard. They asked him about the trade and he said, some people are comparing it to Babe Ruth, so that's pretty cool. Which, like, do you know what the Babe Ruth trade?
No, I don't know any baseball history.
Okay. Well, so if you don't know any baseball history, the Red Sox had Babe Ruth and they won the World Series in 1918, right? And then they decided to trade Babe Ruth to the Yankees. And then the Yankees became the most historically dominant sports team in any pro league ever, and have won, I think 27 World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And the Red Sox didn't win one between 1918 to 2004. They didn't win a World Series. That's the curse of the Bambino, is what they call it. Is what it was called. But then they finally won. But like, it's not pretty cool that the Luka trade's being compared to that, because it literally destroyed. I mean, it didn't. You can't necessarily say it was because of that trade, but it's the curse of the Bambino.
So he's basically saying this curse, if it's actually real, pretty cool. Mavericks won't win another championship for another
87 years. Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. I did not hear him say that.
Yeah.
Especially with it's kind of weird to hear him say that after him saying that he had no idea Luka was being traded either.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a really weird quote. He was just like, yeah, I mean, it's just the business. Trades happen. And then he was like, I heard some people compare it to the Babe Ruth trade. That's pretty cool. It was just like it was a weird series of quotes.
Well, I guess if you say it like that, he was probably trying to change the topic a little bit, maybe trying to make light of it.
Yeah.
Something trying to make it seem like it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Which everybody knows.
It wasn't.
No. Everybody still misses Luka.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think against the Clippers and the Lakers, though, obviously would have been a whole different game if Kyrie was still healthy. That's really everybody who's missing right now too.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see Kyrie go against Luka back in Dallas.
No, for real, that would have been.
But like I said during the presentation, no true point guard.
Yeah.
They just have to rely on Dinwiddie or Hardy, or now Brandon Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm still.
You like Brandon?
Yep, I still like how they signed him.
Mm-hmm. And Hardy's doing better too, even though he's injured right now.
Yeah, Hardy.
Yeah.
Really good, especially with that Orlando game that we saw. His 3 shots been getting better.
Yeah. Because he also had a decent amount of points, and I want to say one of the Clipper games.
One of the Clipper games? Let's see.
But yeah. I don't know.
Maybe the first one, because he is not on this second one.
Like, Williams and Hardy are good depth.
Yeah.
Exum's injured right now, but he's might be coming back. And Powell is bad depth.
Yeah.
I like Dwight Powell. He's a good guy, but
he's a good guy, but is he a good basketball player?
Yeah.
Hardy? Yeah, Hardy had 16 points against the first game against the Clippers.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, that's good for, like, third string.
Yeah. Good. Brandon Williams, Hardy, and if they do sign Kessler Edwards, right?
Yeah.
Kessler Edwards, I think they're 3 good young players to have.
Do you think they do that move?
They should. especially with how much Williams and Edwards contributed to the 8-man team.
Right.
They should. I mean, he deserves it. That's what.
But like to sign Edwards, they'd have to cut someone.
Yeah.
Who do you think they should cut?
It's probably gonna be Exum. Like
You think so?
what you're saying. Yeah, Exum wasn't that good during his return too. But I mean, because he also broke his hand before the season, and then hurt his hand again. Edwards did way better, so of course they should say, "Hey, you're doing good. You deserve a spot." This guy just hurt his hand again.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they're playing the sport. The better person, they're fighting for that spot. They're fighting for that roster spot.
Yeah, it's true.
If they don't sign Kessler Edwards,
You think it's a mistake?
yeah, Edwards should go find another team.
I mean, he probably will. But, yeah.
I'd support Edwards if he didn't get signed and felt like he should, because I mean he should. Definitely help the Mavs, and they only had 8 people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's true.
The Mavs play a game tonight against the Raptors.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll potentially? Oh well, I think we talked about it before, right? We basically, or I said, they'll probably take this game lightly. They'll probably still play certain players, but only for like a little bit.
I mean, I think they're still technically
In the race for the 9th seed.
Yeah, but
If they do get the 9th
like
seed,
if the Kings win one more game or we lose one more game, then it's
then it's over.
yeah.
I mean, not over, locked in, I guess.
Yeah.
But best case scenario, the Mavericks play the Raptors, and their last game is against the Grizzlies. I think. Yeah, against the Grizzlies. I think 2 games that they could win.
Yeah.
And the Kings, I don't know who the Kings are going to be playing, but if the Kings lose, the Mavs can get 9th seed, and this whole presentation thing, you can kind of ignore it.
Sure.
Because, I mean, the whole point was if they get the 10th seed.
You're right.
Which we could have waited. Or no, we really couldn't wait.
No, I mean the first 2 games of playing are going to be played by the time we post next.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I think, just in case though, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs play their best players only for a little bit,
Yeah.
just for rest, especially with how this season's been with all the injuries. I wouldn't be surprised if they only play for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Save them for the playing game.
Yeah. They definitely should be healthy for the
Right.
playing game.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
To hopefully win the playoff. I mean, not win the playoffs, but to make it to the playoffs and go against the number 1 seed Thunder. I guess that's really all I really have for the Mavs. But I mean, speaking of good playoff team, the Stars clinched their playoff, right?
Yeah, I mean this happened we already said that last week. They clinched it.
Yeah, but who are they playing first round?
Probably, I think confirmed actually. I mean, I'm fairly certain confirmed. The Avalanche, the Colorado Avalanche.
Scary series.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. You know, we're the 2nd team in our conference. They're the 3rd, or in our division, and they're the 3rd. Again, I'll go more in depth into that next week. Because NHL playoffs shouldn't start till next Saturday.
Yeah.
But what I will talk about is I was right. Yeah, freaking nerds. I mean, we've been on a 4-game loss streak. and it's been pretty bad. And yeah, I mean, look, it was bound to happen. I'm telling you, our wins have not been like convincing. They've been convincing. They haven't been. So then it's not a sustainable style of win. So we lost to Pittsburgh on April 5th after a Dadanov hat trick. Then the Penguins proceeded to score 4 goals in the third period and beat us. I mean, Daddy got his goals, got his hattie. But, yeah, I mean, blown in the fourth again. Eventually, your goalies are going to let in those shots, and the more tired they get, the more likely they're to let in those shots.
Yeah.
It's just not sustainable. Let me look at the shots. I'm going to say the numbers. Let me see the numbers. Like, the fact that we've been winning these games, like, again, if I was a fan of the teams we've been beating, I'd be so mad. Because I hate losing. So we had 24 shots on goal. To their 30, to their 39. So they had 15 more shots on goal than us. 2 more of those shots going in logically makes sense. They should have won that game, and they did. We should have been losing a lot of these games. But our goalies have been playing awesome. And we've been getting lucky shots. Then April 6th, we lost to Minnesota. We lost 3-2. This was sort of I think this was just a more standard loss, but
They've still been going in the overtimes though, right?
yeah.
Or have they?
No, have we? Yeah, you're right. This was an overtime loss. This was the only overtime loss of this last streak, though, right? Or did we go into it against Vancouver? No. Yeah, this was the only overtime loss in the last streak, though. Yeah, the loss against Minnesota. I mean, yeah, we went into overtime, but you're just making your goalie play for even longer. I mean, look, it's just the same thing I've said these last 2 weeks. I don't like. They had 41 shots on goal to our 25. You just can't have that. You just can't have that. And we gave them an overtime power play, and they capitalized on that. Again, the reason we've been winning is our offense has been taking advantage of their chances, especially after the All-Star break. Our power play has been really good, and our penalty kill has consistently been really good. So even when we give up penalties, we've been playing good defense, but you can't rely on being extraordinarily you can't rely on being so far against the odds, you know? Eventually the team that shoots 20 more goals or 20 more shots is going to score more goals than the team they outshoot by 20, you know? Again, there's such thing as quality shots versus running the puck towards net, but you're still getting the goalie tired. That's something that the Dallas hasn't been doing. And our goalie's been facing 40-plus shots a game, feels like. Yeah, I don't like it. And again, I mean, that was a loss to Minnesota. It's stressful. If we don't fix it in these last handful of games, if I don't like what I'm seeing better, I'm really scared for this Colorado matchup.
You think
we might lose, dude.
like get swept?
I don't know, swept. Gentleman sweep, maybe. Well, the way we played these last couple games, gentleman sweep, 100% believable.
Their 7-win streak turned into a 4-game loss streak.
Yeah, but like those 7 wins were ridiculous. That 7-game span, I was here saying the same thing. I was like, I don't know how we're winning these games. I mean, I know how, but like, I don't believe it. Like, what are we talking about here? And then this is what I'm expecting. This is what it should be. And then we got a worst comeback in NHL history put on our head against Vancouver. They scored 3 goals with a minute left in the game, and then scored in overtime to win. Like, how do you? I mean, that one is honestly, like, even with all the shot attempts and all that jazz, that's just bad. That is. I mean, but like
the most heartbreaking loss.
it's just like you don't want this to happen a week and a half before playoffs. It's just not what you want. It's not what I want. It's scary. I don't like it. I got made fun of for saying it's scary, but my fears have come to fruition. And you may be better now than in the playoffs, but I'm scared that they'll start and not stop once we get to the playoffs. That's why these next handful of games are super important. I really want our defense to lock in. Even if we fucking lose, can we keep someone to low shot numbers? Even if we shoot 6 shots, if we can keep them to low shot numbers too, I'll be happy. Because, like, I need our defense to lock in. Because we're not going to have Miro. We're not going to have Miro Heiskanen for this first playoff series. And we can't keep playing the defense we're playing. It's not a real defense. It's a fake defense. The only reason we're playing defense is because we're trying to take the puck and then go on offense. There's no NHL level defense being played. I don't know. I mean, it's just scary. I'm gonna keep using that word. I don't got a big lexicon, okay?
Spooky.
Spooky, scary, frightening. I don't like it. And then we got shut out by Winnipeg. So not only is our defense's flaws finally being exposed, but our first shutout of the season against Winnipeg. Our offense got quiet. And this one wasn't even insane. I mean, 35 shots on goal to 25. We just, our guys didn't get goals in this game. Yeah, and then again against the Jets, they're pulling ahead. Yeah. So they're in the way we're playing, the way they're playing. We're probably going to be the second seed and face Avalanche. There's still a tiny bitty baby chance that's not true, but it is. It's true. I don't see how we catch up to the Jets, the way we're playing and the way they're playing. Yeah.
What do you think about these 3 upcoming games versus Utah and at Detroit and at Nashville?
Well, here's the thing. Utah. I mean, Utah's not terrible, but
they should win.
We should win. We play Utah and then Detroit and then Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
We've been Nashville's father for a minute now. So we got to win at least 2 of these games. Hopefully, one by a blowout. But I don't know. I really don't know, dude. It's spooky times right now. Genuinely. Nashville's bad. I think if we don't win the game against Nashville, we're cooked. Stick a fork in us. We're not playing. We're not winning the playoff series. Genuinely, we have to beat Nashville. I mean, these other games we should win also.
Yeah.
But I don't. The way we're playing, I can see us losing. But even with the way we're playing, we gotta beat Nashville. We gotta. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be hopeful, and it's insane, sitting with the 50, 23-6 record. I think we got the third best record in the NHL. But this defense, and just when you watch them play, you're scared. You don't like it. It's uncomfortable. And obviously, like, always watching your team play in the playoffs is dread inducing. But like, I feel that way right now when I'm watching them play the Kraken. When I'm watching them play the Wild, the regular season game. Because it's just how bad our defense is. I don't want, like, how overwhelming, like, most of the game is in our defensive zone. And they're putting shots towards net, and our goalies have to make amazing saves for us to win. And this last week, that didn't happen because you can't expect your goalie to be the best goalie in the league in order to win. You can't expect to make the best shot of the week every game in order to win. You can't expect to have the best goal of the week. You can't rely on the extraordinary to win games. Fundamentals. Sound like an old man high school coach that we all had. The fundamentals, but genuinely. And we don't have that right now. We have the flashy. Our goalies have been extraordinary. I guess you could call that the fundamentals, but you can't rely on them again to have an amazing game, a highlight reel game, and be like, yeah, we're a good team. See, like we got amazing goalies. I can say that 100%, no doubt. We've had some amazing goal scorers, Johnny, and Granny, and Rupe and Robo. I mean, they're popping off, but like the whole thing's gotta be. Whole thing has gotta be. I think if our defensemen are gonna be offensively minded, we need to have at least some defensively minded forwards because we don't have it. We don't. It's frightening. Yeah. I feel like I've repeated myself these last 3 weeks, but I'm right. Look, I've been proven right. So, yeah.
Just hoping that he's being proved wrong now.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I don't want. I want to win. This defense is just so frustrating, you know? And with Miro, it's crazy how much better our defense is with just Miro. But, like, again, you can't rely on your extraordinary defenseman to be your entire defense. It's the same thing. But, yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for the Stars, dude. I don't know. Is that enough?
Yeah.
It's
pretty good. Pretty
dude,
good rant about the Stars.
The Vancouver game. I got home from class, checked the Stars score, had fucking 3 goals in the last minute. It's frustrating. And we need to pick it up. Pick up your stick and play some fucking defense. Okay? We're such a good team, dude. We're such a good team. Just play some defense, dude. Fear and pain. We got it. We'll lock in. We got it. I mean, we're such a good team. We're such a good team. That's why I'm so frustrated. Because we're such a good team. We got it. We'll lock in. We'll get it. We got it. Playoff Stars, okay? It's the playoff Stars, okay? We're good. We got it. We're good.
But if they lose...
We turn that on when we get to the playoffs. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see. But if they lose what?
No, but if they lose, I guess they can't they're not a team that can turn it on during the playoffs. But I agree though. These last 2 seasons, I still don't really pay attention to hockey that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I do pay attention whenever they're in the playoffs because playoffs are like real interesting to watch. I say
Right.
no matter what sport is going on
Mm-hmm.
or you're watching, the Stars are a team that can turn it on during the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
I do think
they made it
we are.
2 seasons in a row the
To
conference
Western Conference
yeah.
final. Yeah, we just gotta get over. I mean, I don't want to talk about that yet. We gotta get over this first hurdle to get over the final hurdle. So, right now, lock in, get some confidence, win these last at least 2 games, not all 3, going into the playoffs, and then whoop on Colorado. Whoop on the Avalanche. You know, that's my hopes. We'll see. Yeah, that's me.
I guess you want to take this chance to move on to the Rangers.
Side with the Rangers. Yeah. So, the Rangers. Moving on. The Rangers. We swept Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay. A good series of games there. 3-game sweep. Let me look at my specifics. Give me a second.
Yeah, Tampa pretty bad so far.
Yes, they have been not good, but still good to sweep them. Tampa has been pretty weak offensively, especially. They've been pretty weak, especially offensively. But I mean, they put up a couple of runs in every game. This was a good offensive series for the Rangers, at least on paper.
Mm-hmm.
We won the first game 5-2, second game 6-4, the third game 4-3. So our opponents scored in every game, and we just scored more than them. So that's always good. You didn't have to rely on your pitcher to throw a shutout like we did in our game against Cincinnati, where we won 2 straight 1-0 games.
Yeah.
Right? Maul says done good pitching. Had a good 5-inning game. DeGrom had some runs put up on him, but we ended up winning that game anyways. And Rocker again, after his first start, good outing from Rocker. And Heim, who's been one of our better offensive pieces this season. Honestly, I think statistically the best. He's up there with Josh Smith, Kevin Pillar, and Langford. They've been our good hitters so far. They had a walk-off in that third game. So, yeah. I guess that was here. Why did I think that was in Tampa Bay? I'm wrong. It wasn't here. It wasn't in Tampa Bay.
You're a Tampa fan?
No. What?
You
And
really
then
want it to be in Tampa?
we had a near sweep from the Cubs, but we won the third game to prevent that sweep. Lost the first game 7-0. Get shut out by the Cubs. Tough, but I mean they got good pitching. It's not like we got shut out by a bad team, but still sucks to get shut out. Our first goose egg of the season. Evaldi, not an amazing start, not a terrible start. I mean, a starting pitcher lets in 3 runs. There's still a decent chance a good offense will get those runs and get the win. But 3 runs from Evaldi, and then Garabito came in, let in 4. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Then Patrick Corbin, who was in for Jack Leiter, who's got a blister injury. Patrick Corbin did bad. He had a pretty bad outing. And then our relief also gave up a handful of runs. Despite us getting 6 runs in that game, we lost pretty handedly, because they were pitching in that game. And then our win, our 6-2 win, Maul had a pretty great outing. 7-inning outing, and then our bullpen came in and did enough with our offense. One thing I do want to point out, actually, going back to the Tampa Bay series, a lot of those games we relied on one strong inning. So we had 2 4-run innings in that series, and that was the reason we ended up winning those games, really, which wasn't the case in this last one against the Cubs, unless I'm mistaken. Hopefully that's true. Let me look at here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had like a couple of 2-run innings against the Cubs.
What about? Wait, was it? It was this week, right? When you saw that. It said the Rangers were like.
All right, I lied. No, so I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so we're relying on big innings, which I don't really love. I'd rather be have a consistently good offense, have a consistently good lineup. At least, even if it's 1 run in every other inning, because that's the good part of our lineup or whatever. I like that more than having to score 4 runs in 1 inning in order to win the game because you had one really good inning. It's a little nitpicky, and I mean that's how baseball goes. But like every game being won because we had that one really good inning, I don't love, But we're still winning games, so maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. But I'd rather have less of those. Like having a big inning feels good, but like if every game there's that 1 inning you score and then the rest of the game you're quiet, I don't like that. I want to be fluid, consistent. There we go. Okay, sorry. What question were you gonna ask?
I don't know. I forgot now. No, I'm just kidding. Was it that we saw that it was like the Rangers are like the worst team
Offensively?
Yeah, offensively.
Yeah, so before the Cubs series, we were statistically bottom to last or second to last in average or OBP, OPS, barrel percentage, pitches per plate appearance. Yeah. And we got a little bit better, but we're still not amazing. But again, Jonah Heim, White Langford, Kevin Pillar, and Josh Smith, they've been doing pretty good. But I was going to thank you, because what I am going to point out, Simeon, Berger, Garcia, and Peterson have been doing trash. Pretty dang terrible bad, if you ask me. So Simeon's got a 122 average right now, and these are all guys that have seen significant at-bats. This isn't, they only started 2 games, like with Duran or Ornelas. Like, they've only had a couple of games, a couple of plate appearances. If they haven't gotten hot yet, it's like, understandable. But Simeon, Berger, Garcia, Peterson, these are our starters. These guys have played in almost every game, if not every game, this season. And then Simeon has a 122 average, Berger has a 119 average, Garcia has a 190 average, and Peterson is a 094. In over, I think he had 32 or 33 at bats. That's just not good enough. I mean, I've seen some stuff that their expected batting average is better than that, but it's still not great. And these are players Simeon's our leadoff hitter. He's our lead guy. He's supposed to be getting on base. His on base percentage is 189. Still not good. He's not getting walked instead of hitting. He's just not getting on base. Berger and Peterson, we brought in those guys because they're big bats. They're supposed to be getting hits. They're supposed to be getting big hits. They're supposed to be getting home runs. I think Peterson has. No, one of them has 1, I think, but still not enough. They're not doing enough for the reason we brought him in. And Adolis Garcia, who's got the best batting average here out of the people I'm pointing out, 190, with a 277 on base percentage. But still, he's El Bombi, he's Adonis Garcia. He's supposed to be higher than that. He's supposed to be better than that. But he is the one that has a higher expected batting average. So I expect for him to get back on the horse. But Simeon, Berger, Peterson, they need to get it fixed and get it fixed quick. Especially Simeon. Simeon's our leadoff guy. You can't be hitting that way as the leadoff guy. But I mean, no, not even especially him. Peterson and Berger, they're supposed to be our big bats. Big bats in line. I mean, Peterson's literally our designated hitter.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be hitting. You got the worst batting average on the team so far. So, yeah, those guys need to pick it up bad. We have some offensive issues, for sure. But our pitching has been pretty good. Our starters have all had, for the most part, been pretty good, pretty great. Patrick Corbin came in again. He's not done. He didn't do hot. Yeah, he didn't do hot. But, I mean, he came in. He's our sixth starter, so you can expect him to be amazing. But as our bullpen also has been pretty decent. Nothing amazing, but decent.
Still better than what you thought they were going to be.
Yeah, better than what I thought they were going to be. Except for, I want to point out, Mark Choice and Garabito have been pretty bad. They have been pretty bad. I think neither of them have really come in and lost the game. Like, where Sharon Armstrong and Luke Jackson, because they're better, Bruce Bochy trusts them more, they're still not amazing. So they come in and let in runs in a game where we were leading or in a really close game. So people are like, oh, Sharon Armstrong, Luke Jackson, they're trash. But, like, by the numbers, they're fine. They're okay. They're not amazing, but they're fine. But Garabito and Mark Church have come in like less stressful situations and done worse. Mark Church and Garabito. So, yeah. Yeah. Any questions?
No. I mean, to me, I just probably still early in the season so they got enough time to do better.
Yeah, they got enough time to pick it up. Injured, Langford's on a minor injury, and Leiter's also got a minor injury, but they should be back soonish. Also, I think Carter got a minor injury in the AAA, so that sucks. But coming up on the schedule, we got a series against Seattle and a series against LA, the Angels. So this series against Seattle, we have DeGrom, Rocker, and then Evaldi. So I'm really confident about this series. Honestly, I think we should sweep this series because Seattle have not been doing good either. Their offense has also not been great.
They play their first game tonight.
Yes, they play their first game tonight at 8:40 because it's in Seattle. And so since we're in Seattle, like, I don't want to be super confident say, oh, we're going to sweep them. They say the second game with Rocker, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up winning that game. They're in Seattle. Rocker's still, I mean, he's had 2 good outings since then, but I mean, he's still a rookie pitcher. Who knows? He might get lit up. But my official prediction is we sweep them. That's my official prediction. But I wouldn't be surprised if they end up snagging one. But I mean, DeGrom and Evaldi, I think we're gonna go in there, shut them the fuck down, dude. And Rocker can have a good season, but like, the thing is with DeGrom and Rocker, if they don't go as deep into the game as like Evaldi does. Evaldi eats innings, and eats them well. You know, he those pitches amazing in those innings he eats. But like DeGrom and Rocker, I think in all of their outings so far, maybe Rocker's gone 6 innings in one game, but they've both only gone 5 innings. That's 4 innings. You got to rely on the bullpen. So maybe we lose because of that too. So again, official prediction: we sweep. But I wouldn't be surprised if we lose Walker or even DeGrom if the bullpen comes up and shits the bed. But I'm pretty confident that series against Seattle. The Angels have been doing decent, though, better than I would have expected. We're gonna play them here, also a 3-game series. I feel pretty confident that we'll win the series, but the pitchers we got in that matchup is gonna be Corbin, Maul, and the DeGrom. Maul and DeGrom, they've been doing good, obviously. DeGrom is DeGrom. And Maul, after his first or second outing that was bad, has been doing good. Again, he had that great outing in the Cubs series. But Corbin just got lit up. And obviously, doesn't mean he's going to get lit up again. But I'm not as confident in him. So I think we win the series 2-1. And the game we lose is probably that Corbin game. The game Patrick Corbin. But, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, Angels are 8-4, but they haven't really played, like, a crazy good team yet.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And the Rangers are that crazy good team?
We're supposed to be. So. Yeah. We're supposed to be.
So we're the.
Let's go prove it. I mean, yeah.
We're the ultimate test.
I think they snag one in this series, but we win this series 2-1 at the very least. So I expect to win these next 2 series, and I expect to sweep at least one of them. You know?
Yeah.
I hope to sweep at least one. Yeah. But yeah, again, those hitters gotta pick it the frick up. And the pitchers have been doing good. And Evaldi, that's my boy. Keep it up, man. Yeah. I don't know. Do I got any questions? Yeah, I don't got anything to add. You got anything to add?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably the game should be available to watch. I try to every time I turn on TV, I can't watch the Ranger game because they're on some streaming.
Well, it's on Victory
platform.
Plus, but they also have their own Ranger Sports Network.
Yeah.
I don't know what provider you have, but what cable you got?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Are any games on no cable on public broadcasting still?
Yeah, there's some few on Fox. Or
Okay.
yeah,
I don't know.
games that I want to watch.
Just come
Can't watch.
over here, put on the TV, or I can give you so that you can watch it on your phone. I can give you that. But yeah, that's the Rangers. Moving on to the UFO. I actually got to go to the Renegades game this week. This guy, what a loser! He did it.
It wasn't my fault.
Something with your grandma. Who cares about your grandparents? It's football. It's minor league football. No. It was a good game. We ended up winning.
11-9.
11-9, which was worse than people were expecting because we sort of destroyed last week. It was 31-6, and they got destroyed last week. So we were expecting to win by a little bit more than that, but it was a fine game. Our running back had a couple good runs, but he didn't break anything off.
Defensive game.
Yes, it was a defensive game. A handful of turnovers. Some back-to-back turnovers. We threw a pick and then they threw a pick right back. And I think both touchdowns in the fourth quarter. The rest of the points were all field goals.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we won is because we converted the 2-point and they didn't. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Our tight end had a good game. I'm not looking at the stats right now. This is off the top of my head. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our tight end had a good game. Again, our running back did decent. Yeah, that's what I got. It was nothing crazy. It was an 11-9 football game.
Yeah. Yeah, the running backs didn't make that much noise
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
they
what I
play. Renegades play tonight.
Yeah, we play
Play today. Birmingham Stallions.
Yes, and they are good. Right, there should be 2-0 if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. They're 1-1.
They're 1-1.
Renegades are 2-0.
We're 2-0. They're 1-1, but I think they just their last game they won pretty well. Yeah. I expect for it to be a good game.
Mm.
So
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope. Expect the Renegades to win this one too.
mhm. Yeah, I think. Are we
Should
gonna be
be.
home or away?
This is the game they're gonna be away.
Okay.
Why is it?
So we'll see, because Birmingham has a pretty good home
Home field.
atmosphere.
No.
So we'll see.
I feel like Renegades got it.
Isaiah feels like Renegades got it. I think it's gonna be a pretty close game, honestly. But yeah. We got anything else? Any other sports? Anything else to talk about?
I mean, nothing really happened. I don't think with the Cowboys, right? They just signed another or
Yeah, no, nothing happened with the Cowboys. Draft's coming up. They've done interviews and stuff. They've been doing interviews for a while now. Draft's coming up. We'll talk about that either next week or the week after. I don't know. I think the week,
When's the draft?
the 25th, I think. April 25th. So I think we got to talk about it next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next week along with the Stars playoff odds. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. We went a decent length today. So that's going to be it. Check out the Mavs versus the Kings. Isaiah's pretty confident we're going to win. If we lose, you can add him and throw tomatoes at him or something. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, share. Follow us on Instagram in the description. All that fun junk.
We will post more.
Yeah, we'll try to actually post more on Instagram. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day. And don't forget to blow whistle.
And go Mavericks.
Go Mavericks, go Stars, go Rangers. Amen.